Go.
Hi, I'm Chris. I played Phantom Knight Brave Phantom Knight at a 3v3 down at Eternal Games. Me and my two teammates ended up getting first place. We were third after Swiss, and we won the event, obviously. My other two teammates played DDDs and Sword Soul, and I've been requested to do this deck profile. So the Phantom Knights is generic for every deck right now. It's the generic Phantom Knights cards. I'm not a big fan of Stain. Stain comes up every so often. I side it out almost every game too. But yeah, Phantom Knights are Phantom Knights.
My question is with Stain though, and this is a serious question. But when it is good, it's really good though, right?
I mean, when it comes up, it comes up. It helps with the double scythe lock, essentially. Other than that, it doesn't really do a lot. Because most of the time you end up using Cloak to search boots to keep your combo going. And then the best engine in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, we got the 3 Aqua Enchantresses, the 3 Rights, the Draco Back, the Fateful, and the Griffin.
Hashtag not paid for by his taxes.
Shout out Junior for this engine for letting me borrow it.
Mr. Regional Champion.
Mr. Regional Champion. I've heard a bunch of similarities to this engine being like Engage, which I've kind of agreed with. Is the engine just nets so many extra cards and it's all free. You get a Omni Negate, you get a free bounce, you get 2K tokens. And then we play the God card of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, Scythe, which if you're not playing Scythe, you're playing a weird deck. And then the second best package in the game is the Fusion Destiny package. The summon Destroyer Phoenix. Drawing these come as iffy sometimes. Sometimes you need the extra card to be able to discard for Torn Scales. But they stayed loyal most through the tournament. They didn't show up. And then, so instead of playing extenders, I opted to play hand traps based off of the European build that won. So I played 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Ghost Ogre, and 2 Nibiru. And then the best going second card is Droplet. So in my opinion, I thought the best hand trap that performed other than Droplet that performed throughout the tournament was Nibiru. Most decks just don't respect it. And if you're able to stop the Brave engine from being able to get to Griffin, so if you're able to like Ogre the Fateful, Nib just destroys most decks and nobody respects it game 1. A lot of people just start respecting it in game 2. And then after that, you're able to just OTK them or gain control with Scythe.
You only needed 2?
3, I felt was too much. 2, a lot of people still like play around Nib, but not a lot. And you need 2 for like the rogue matches that show up. Because you're not going to play meta throughout the whole event. You're going to play some weird decks. And then the most powerful spells in the deck, outside of the rights that are limited, Rhoda, Foolish, and Callby. Foolish is like an engine starter, along with the getting to your Brave package without committing anything. It's really useful. And then for the trap lineup, I played 3 Fog, a Wings, and a Shade. Wings is more of a combo as an extender, never anything else. Shade comes up every so often. It sides out game 2 with Shade, with Stain, because you need space for other cards, and they're not impactful going second, and along with a Fog Blade. So like generically going second, I end up siding out these 3 almost every game, just because you need more powerful, impactful cards than these. The main deck is at 43.
I have a quick question. Did you ever miss the E-Telly package?
So the E-Telly package is more helpful for like breaking boards. This build is more control based. So I won a couple games during the event by just ending on like Destroyer Phoenix and Griffin with hand traps or Fog Blades, and that most of the time is enough to stop your opponent from playing and give you draws, along with the Celestial Dasher package that gives you the additional 2 draws. And then for the extra deck, for the XZs, I opted for the normal stuff. The 2 Break Sword, the Levy, the Downer, and the Zeus. 2 Break Sword comes up every so often. It's more so for the grind game. You make 1 every game. Downer is essential for the Zeus to like resolve its effect, because most people end up putting up a negate. They don't put up 2 negates. So you need the second one to resolve Zeus and clear the board, and then you can Scythe Lock or gain control with Rusty and stuff. Okay. And then for the Link monsters, for the Link 1s, Almirage and Link Spider, All Mirage comes up to make your 1-card Destroyer Phoenix, and Link Spider helps make Anaconda, which is also in the deck along with your best friend Destroyer Phoenix. So I was saying before this ban listed that Scythe and Anaconda should have been banned from the start. And I still agree with it. Scythe is insane. And this card does not help Scythe at all. Dagda is pretty good. And then what I believe is the best card of the deck, Cherubini. Without Cherubini, you can't play this game most of the time. Cherubini starts combos, it extends combos, it gives you the pieces you need to play. And then the last link too was D-Arc. D-Arc was clutch through a couple games to help me in my Despia matchup, and then just summoning back Destroyer Phoenixes that my opponent summoned is pretty cool. Rusty, Unicorn, and Access Code. Unicorn is mostly used to go into Access Code to give it the boost. Rusty helps keep control.
15 side deck cards? Extra deck cards?
15 extra deck, 43 main, and 15 side. For the side deck, I played a little bit more hand traps just to change the ratios around for matchup wise. So there was the 3 Droll, the 2 Imperm, and the 2 Lancia for the hand traps that would go swap in and out based on the matchup wise. Lancia is more for the mirror, Imperm's more so for like Trap Lich and the Hulky Fibrax Turbo decks. Droll's an interesting card. It came up sometimes and other times it doesn't come up. I put it in against like D-Links or against like decks that focus mainly on the Brave Engine because the Brave Engine does a lot of searching. Like my theory was if you're able to stop them from getting to Griffin, you should be able to play through a normal board. And then for the trap matchups, there was the 3 Twin, the Feather Duster, and the Reboot. Twin just before the discard, and then the other 2 cards are just power. And then the tech that I found on the profile that I really liked and enjoyed was anti-spell fragments. So I side out droplets going first, and I put anti-spells in. The theory behind it was if you anti-spell in the draw phase, they either have to have Cosmic or a back row disruption. If not, then they have to droplets there, and then Destroy Phoenix comes back and resolves Scythe. And it worked out a lot.
Sounds pretty good.
Won a couple games because of it. And then my good old Sky Striker token for my Brave Engine.
Do you have any shout-outs?
Shout out to GalaxyBusterTCG. Best locals, best area in the Otisville. Shout out to Sunny for being the best vendor in the East Michigan. And then all the Flint homies. And Alex Stoddard for making me go to all these events and forcing me to play.
Anything you change on the deck?
Going forward, I'd probably change the Drolls out to something else. I don't know what that would be yet. The side deck performed really well, I thought. And then I might test later cutting Stain to see if it actually comes up or not. But other than that, I thought the deck performed really well.
How about Scythe? Would you take that card out after?
No, I thought the deck performed really well. The only match I didn't win was my round 1 because my 2 teammates lost, and then I ran it back in top 4 and ended up beating the guy.
Who did you tie with?
I tied with Dragons, and then I ended up playing Dragons again in top 4 and beat Dragons.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah, I played Dragons, Eldritch, Prank Kids, Sword Soul, Despia, Amir, Dragons again, and then I played the 3-axis Sangan Turbo deck, which was really cool.
Shout out to Mitchell.
In the finals, yeah.
All right.